viewers. I'm Vibhuti Jha. This is Jaipur Dialogue USA. Welcome to the show. Please like, subscribe, and support our channel. Give your feedback. We value your advice and your takes. Uh, Wanted to say just something that President Joe Biden has eventually pardoned his son Hunter Biden unconditionally for everything that he has been alleged for and all future criminality that he may have indulged in. That's the important part. All presidents have a right to pardon, and those people who are serving terms, criminal terms, behind bars, they are pardoned if their behavior becomes better or they have been in conditions that are merits a pardon. Having said that, we know the story of so many pardons that I have seen since 1991, from George Bush Sr. onwards to Joe Biden's pardoning of Hunter Biden. Many criminals who have served terms, they have been let go as a pardon, presidential pardon. Just as in Thanksgiving time, a turkey is pardoned and then there are millions go to the dinner table. That said, why this is important is because the credibility of President Joe Biden has hit a new low with this. Because throughout his 4-year term, which is now coming to an end, he had been systematically asked this question. His press secretary has been asked this question: will Joe Biden pardon his son? And the message has always been never, no, never happening, right? So this was a commitment made by the White House, President Biden. Now, I definitely sympathize with him. Let me put it very clearly. Every father, as a father, we all love our children, and we condone their we bless them with a good life, and we hope they don't commit crimes that are unsavory in nature. No crime is can be forgiven in the manner that it is that you, whether it's your son or daughter, doesn't matter. So he has exercised his parental emotion and the presidential authority to pardon his son. That's one side of the story. But the other side of the story is all future criminal actions. This is like, for Hunter Biden, it's like happy days are here again. I can go back and do whatever I did, whether it was drug, whether it was lying about gun, lying about varieties of things that he did, including President Biden. He lied about things that he knew. He knew the truth. There is an element of emotional content in this entire process. The father has to know, will know, that his son was committing serious kinds of crimes, bordering on, if not already happened, in the sense that it was a national security issues. The connections, the happenings in Ukraine and China, the relationship, the money traded, that's what is important here. That a national security risk of America, the man who was responsible for that, father and son and uncle, they were all part of this entire process. They are pardoned. Hunter Biden is pardoned. You must remember that his laptop, when it was captured or found, and it was discovered that, my goodness, the laptop told the whole lifestyle of Hunter Biden. It was branded as 51 FBI officials took the risk of their own reputation to say that it was a Russian cook-up. Mainstream media silenced it. Later on, it was established, those same mainstream media people who had said that this was all a cook-up or an allegations, or Hunter Biden was being framed by Republicans, they all admitted that Hunter Biden laptop was a true story. They validated the authentication of the video that existed on his laptop. So the question here is, he did commit the felonies and the all the graded misdemeanors that he did with reference to gun purchase, drug use, and prostitution rackets and the tax evasion. They were all true. That's the reason why Trump has pardoned him, because he was going to serve 17 or to 20 years of term for each one of his offenses or whatever it was. So he pardoned them. You pardon them, that's all right. But the bigger issue here is that national security was compromised for a man whose only privilege was that he was Joe Biden's son. What is the impact and implication of this? Hunter Biden, to use the Hindu philosophy term, he did definitely do his big good karma that he had Joe Biden as his father. So Joe Biden was the father, is the father, and he used his presidential authority to showcase his love for his son. Nothing wrong with your love for your son. But I want to tell you something here. But you cannot condone a criminal act of your son who was using drugs, buying guns without license, and also using drugs and prostitution the way he did. It is a shameful event. What my sadness is about is that you've pardoned Hunter Biden for all future criminal acts. For him, is happy days. But this ruins Joe Biden's checkered career as senator from Delaware. He had a 50-year run as senator, vice president, president included. His entire political career will be in ruins. People will remember him for his failed 4 years, in which he was virtually sleepwalking in his as a president, did not know what he was saying, what he was doing, and how he was behaving. It's all in front of us. We have seen them any number of times. His presidential term will be soon forgotten. He will be rated as the worst ever president. And if this particular presidential pardon is relevant for Hunter Biden, sometimes I feel that President Biden also deserves to be considered for a pardon for lying to the people, because he knew the truth. He alone perhaps knew the truth that Hunter Biden was caught, literally and figuratively speaking, with his pants down. You know, that's the sad part. So he exercised his love and affection for his son, but at the cost of his presidency. So Hunter Biden has cost his father his legacy. And that's the issue which people will always remember. Hunter Biden, it was not a Russian collusion. It was not a Republican charade of trying to get him. Remember, the Democrats did try very hard while they were investigating Trump's business dealings to implicate his children as well in it. They were also subject to very severe scrutiny. And just as General Flynn was caught for making a statement which contradicted the statement given in private, he was, what he went through. Likewise, they were trying to get Trump's children as well. Fortunately, and I remember this, one of the Trump sons, whether Eric or Donald Trump Jr., made the statement: if we had been accused of any of this that Hunter Biden was, they would have been cooked by the Democratic Party, who had such severe hate for Donald Trump's presidency and the person. So much so that they had elevated misdemeanor as a felony, convicted in the court. Now what is happening? As a president, he is not subject to, and Jack Smith and every other case is falling off the cliff. And Trump fought it. So why didn't Hunter Biden fight it? He knew if he feels that he was being attacked for wrong by the Republican Party for as a vengeance, he should have fought the case, right? Like Trump did. He faced the consequences of fighting the election, right? He could have also pled guilty, and the matter would have been over. He need not be running for president again. So this matter has two very important implications. Somewhere along the line, Joe Biden's dealings with Ukraine and China which were actually a national security risk compromise of US sovereignty and US activity, has been put under the carpet. Now, what will Trump do once he assumes power on January 20th? We do not know. But What is important here is that you can see the systematic attack that goes on against Trump for everything that he does. But Biden does, oh, it is all good in the name of humanity, in the name of fatherly affection. Law be damned. That's the message. And this is the sad part. Joe Biden's legacy is in ruins. Hunter Biden reaped the rewards of his karma for having the president as his father, who could pardon him for all his felonies and all his illegal acts that he had done. That's all for the day. Thank you very much for watching today. And as I always say, Satyameva Jayate, truth must prevail, truth must win. And for truth to win, you and I have to fight for it. Thank you very much.